Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Complete home renovation. How it is to live in a complete crazy home renovation. Woo! What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What's up? It is Woo Me Today. That's right. The Minnesota Beast, the Beast. Drinking a energy drink today. Ooh, look at that. I changed the color of my sweater. Woo! It is February. And I'm drinking an energy drink, a sissy energy drink, a strawberry energy drink from Rockstar. Good stuff. I don't care if you don't like it or not. It's good. It's good. I like strawberry. Woo! Anyhow, especially in February with chocolate on it, right? If you find a lady to put it on. Woo! With some whipped cream. Yeah, anyhow, we didn't come here for that, Beast. We didn't come here for that. So let me set this down. So, if you've been watching any of my videos, or if you're new to my channel, what's up? I'm the Beast, and I tell you, it's straight. All right, I am working on my basement right now. I'm working on my whole house, fixer-upper. It is February 2021, depending on when you're watching this. And I want to give you a little insight, the truth and the myth when you put in a French drain in your basement, all right? Everybody's going to tell you, let's say basement companies, and hey, if you're a basement company, you know this is the truth. It does not really matter at all, let me say, it does not really matter at all the choice of the pipe that you put in your French drain. But it does matter in certain aspects, all right? Now, there's going to be some of these basement people on here that might see this video and they might get all upset. But if you're a homeowner like I am, and you do your research and everything else, and if you are going to attempt to do this project yourself like I did myself, it's a lot of work. I am going to make a very detailed video coming up, but I haven't had the time because I'm trying to get everything done. But anyhow, you've heard about the corrugated pipe with the slots in it. You've heard about the PVC pipe. Basically, it's PVC plastic pipe, like I have down there on the ground, that have holes in it. You've heard about the little boxes that they set on top of the footing alongside your foundation. You've heard about that. Now, the truth is, I had 4 or 5 basement companies come out because I wasn't sure if I wanted to tackle that jackhammering, digging, and everything else myself, bringing in all the rock downstairs, lots and lots and lots of rock, lots of jackhammering, lots of digging, lots of buckets going in and out of the house, all by myself or with some help. So, all 4 different companies gave me different ideas of what type of tubing I should put in my French drain, that they would put in my French drain. Now, I did hire one of the basement companies, actually 2 of them, one actually that I really liked and the other one that was do wall anchors for me, if you watched any of those videos, just because I didn't have the time to do it myself. It was quick and easy for them, and that's a whole nother video and everything else. I was going to use I-beams and do it myself, just didn't have the time. So anyhow, I did the French drain myself. Now I had the company come back, basement company that was doing my wall anchors. They came back and did this wall. Now I have it pretty much covered up, and put it in the wall anchors. Well, at that time, I already had almost 90% of the basement jackhammered, dug out, all the pipe in, all the rock in. I had my basin over there in the corner, which I am going to be coming out with a great video on all the details. Sorry, my heater's about to kick on. Let's shut that shit off real quick, so that way we don't have to have any interruptions. So, long story short, the basement company came out and said, I had a question for one of the guys that's on the crew, that's been on the crew for like 15 years. I said, now this is a long-term company that's been around for many years, so it was all legit stuff. I said, why is it when I notice my basin is always my basin? If you know what a basin is, it's where all your water goes in to collect and then push out with your sub pump. Okay, as you can see, I have my corrugated pipe going in one side and another one over there, and then I got my temporary pump in there till I put in my battery backup pumps and everything else and do all the plumbing and run it out the house. I said, why is it I have zero water in my basement, and most of the time I see the water is going into the basin, it's pumping out, it's going in, pumping out, pumping in, pumping out, and every now and then I see a little bit of water dripping out of my pipes. And he goes, well, we get this question almost all the time. I said, what's that? And now they already knew that. They were dealing with a guy that's been in construction for 20 plus years, and so they didn't blow smoke up my ass. Now when they originally came here to give me estimates, they were blowing a little bit of smoke up the beast's ass. But long story short, he said 99% of the time you'll never see water barely coming out of the pipe, because if you do it right, you dig the trench deep enough, you put rock in like this, fill it up with all kinds of rock, lay a wall membrane over it, and I have it going all the way up my wall, and put your pipe in nice and level and with a slope, yada yada yada, but a wide enough trench, the right amount of rock, nice and deep. When you dig out your trench, you have your trench with the slope. Where's the water gonna go? It ain't gonna go right, oh, there's a pipe here, it's 4 inches, let's go into the pipe first. No, the water's gonna follow the trench. Now, put in an example there if you don't believe what I have to say. Take a river, for example. Let's make the river 10 feet wide by 5 feet deep, and it doesn't matter how long the river is. Let's drain the whole river, okay, completely out, no more waters in the river. Now go down there, dig a trench 3 foot by 3 foot. Fill that up with rock, put in a, I don't know, a pipe of a certain size inside that trench. Let's make that pipe a foot by foot, all right? So now you got, what, 1.5 feet on each side of the pipe, give or take, yada yada yada, centers. Now start filling up that river back up with water. Where's the water going to go first? It's going to go to that trench, right, full of rock. Now that water is going to start flowing down inside that trench. Now if you were to stop that water right before it was to start to go past the trench, that water would just keep going through that trench, right? Just like a normal river. It's going to go where the water is supposed to go, right? Where you want it to go. Now, is that water going to keep flowing, or is it going to say, wait a minute, I'm water, I need to go into the pipe first and then come out of the pipe at the end? Give me a break. You know, just picture that. So, does it really matter the type of pipe you put into your French drain system in your basement? Not really. Not really. As long as you do all the other things that are very important first. Very important key first. Make sure your trench is deep enough. Fill it up with rock. Have a slope to that trench all the way to your basin on each side. And as best you can. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. But if you're doing it yourself, and you have a little bit of water, you're going to see where that water is going to continually to go. It's going to start to go to where you dig, and if you end up start digging one side too deep, you know the water's going to stop. So that's the truth. Now, over time, if let's say you got a lot of water and in your basement and it's coming in, but now you have your French drain installed. You have all your concrete all poured. You got your rock, your wall membrane, you got a finished basement. You might start seeing water coming in the spring when everything's thawing out and stuff. It's Sunday, so bear with me. You might see that now I'm starting to get water coming out of my piping, all right? That's just because the water that might be building up might be coming in really fast compared to normal, and it will hit that pipe now and flow faster. So is it important to have a pipe in there? Yes. I'm not telling you not to put a pipe in there. Put a pipe in there, but don't worry about exactly. I did when I first was tackling this project. I was all worried about what pipe I was going to put in to my French drain, and when it came down to it, I just got a big roll of it, actually 2 rolls of it, and got the slotted corrugated pipe, and there's so many, the slots are going to fill up with mud and it'll never fill in water. Well, that's why you'd be a little bit smarter. So you got these slots, right? All these little knife slots, and of course, mud's going to fill that up after time, right? Well, you take a freaking drill and drill holes, and I'll show you that what I did. I drilled holes every so many feet. Well, basically every foot. I drilled big holes, and then I put that in there also. And so that way, if, for example, I'm trying to find a pipe that has some holes in it, but that'll be another video. Like I said, I'm going to take you through all the steps that I did, and I had a hell of a wet basement. So, and I live in Minnesota, and where this basement in this house is, everybody said, you're always going to have water in this basement. I'm putting down a subfloor because I know I'm never going to have water in my basement no more. That's right. As long as I live here. But that's truth. It does not really matter the type of pipe you put in there. So don't worry about all the piping choices out there and everything else. I did, and I was driving myself nuts. Make sure you order a lot of rock. Lot of rock. Clean river rock, whatever. Get the pipe, dig the trench nice and good, and myself, I had to pour all new footings. I don't even know if we can show you that right now. Well, no. Like I said, that'll be another video. And the only reason I have that area open still is when I do my plumbing, so I don't have to worry about it too much. Because I know how to frame, and I know I can pour my concrete under that. Yeah. That's how it's done. Anyhow, so don't worry about your pipe so much, and just make sure that trench is deep enough, but of course not past your footings and yada yada yada. But once you start tackling it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And ask a basement company if you don't believe me. Ask a basement company, does it really matter the choice of piping I pick? Because won't the water still flow to my through my French drain to my tank if I need it to? Yes, it will. And if you're like, well, how's the water going to go into the tank and the basin and everything? Well, it's because down yonder, before you put it in, you drill holes inside your tank. So that way, it's not floating anyhow. Woo! That's all I got to tell you about that. Sorry about this long video, but really, it does not matter about the piping choice. It doesn't matter if you get corrugated pipe, if you get PVC corrugated pipe, if you get the box system, which, you know what? I don't believe in the box system, but because that's actually going on top of your footing, which the water has to get past your I can't really show you in this area, but your water has to go up past your trench that you dig out and then sit right over that footing area, which you're only talking a couple, so many inches, you know, and then now, old school, dig the damn trench down to the footing, have a slope, put your pipe in there. Don't worry about all the fabric and all that, because I tried that shit too and it don't work. Put your rock in there, put your pipe in there, well, your pipe, the rock, yada yada, and go to town. But anyhow, let's make some comments on this video. I can't wait to see these ones. Woo! I'm going back to work. I got a lot of stuff to do. I just got these jack posts up right now, and I got everything else cleaned up. I'm going to start laying out my 2x4s alongside this wall. And I used to do a lot of commercial framing, so I got to stick frame it right now. So I'm just going to slap up my studs up onto the wall, tack them in, and then run my laser level, which I'll make a video on these bad boys. Laser levels are the way to go if you're framing, especially if you're framing by yourself, but framing with anybody, it's the only way to go. But anyhow, long enough video on a Sunday, and I'm getting out of here. Bye. Peace out of here. Woo! And don't forget, if you second guess yourself, just itch your ass. You'll figure it out.